Okay, so now I want to take the encoder housing and I'm going to put that into the servo housing where the potentiometer once went. And let's see if we can get this shown clearly. At the bottom of this hole here, there's another little rectangular hole that will line up with the shape of the spindle here, which is pretty much rectangular. So you want to make sure those line up. Additionally, you want to line up these wings here, I don't know what to call them, these attachment points here with the whatever holes there are for screws. See that? Right here. There's a hole for a screw there, and that is where we'll make a secure connection between our screw here. Now, which of those two attachment points to use? In this case, I'm using this one here, which is, you'll notice, is the one that doesn't have the wings attached to it. Why? Because it is at slightly off-centered. It's not 180 degrees from this one. It's more like 184, 85 degrees. And another thing that you want to make sure is that at the bottom here, you'll see that there is a little rectangular slot here as well. And those will be in different spots depending on your servo. But that's what you can use these little nipples here for, to place inside of those. And that prevents it from rotating this way. Keeps it secure. So let's just try to get this inside. Now this can be done in a two-step process. Basically, you can not even worry about the orientation of the magnetic spindle at first, and just get this external housing in place and screw it down. Because later what we can do do that now. Because later what we can do is, once this is secure, is this will pop out because you've pushed it down, but it's not, the rectangular hole isn't lined up, so it pops out. Now we can pull it out, look at the orientation of that hole, and now line it up and push it back in. There. And use something, the blunt end of something, just to make sure it's really pushed down as far as it can go. Great. Now let's have a look at this. I'm going to reattach this horn. Give it a little spin. And you can see the notch adjacent to the magnet spins as I spin the pinion gear, the output shaft. Okay, great. You can also leave the horn on because it'll just make sure that this part, the top part of the servo housing doesn't fall off. Okay, next up we're going to attach, first I'll take a photo and I'll come back and I'll show you. We'll reattach this circuit.